Okay, hello. As we studied in the previous class that about the roots of the dicotyledons and monocotyledons. In this class we are going to study about the stem of both. First of all, let us understand what is the difference between the longitudinal section and the cross section. If this is a stem, the cross section, it means the half of the stem is known as cross section. Now what is this longitudinal section? If we cut half in between the stem, then it is known as longitudinal stem. Then first we are going to study about this stem of dicotyledon. Okay, let us start. It is a typical young dicotyledonous stem which shows the epidermis is the outermost protective layer of the stem. In this, the outermost layer of whole part of the stem is known as epidermis. Okay, it is covered with a thin layer of the cuticle. The thin layer of the cuticle which protects the stem, it is covered with. It may bear trichomes and a few stomata. As we know that stomata are present only in the leaves, but here also it is present. The cells arranged in the multiple layers like epidermis and pericycle constitute the cortex. Now, the combination of the pericycle and epidermis is known as cortex. Like, these are the root hairs in dicotyledons. In monocotyledons, it is also known as trichomes, which are present in the root or stem. Right? The starting layer which is there, it is epidermal hair. Next, the thick layer which is present, it is known as epidermis, which is the outermost layer of the stem covered with a thin layer. Now what is cortex? Cortex is a combination of epidermis and parenchyma, which is known as cortex. Okay? Then, it consists of 3 subzones. Now what are these 3 subzones? The outer hypodermis. This is the hypodermis just after the epidermis layer. Just after the epidermis layer, hypodermis is present. Now what is it? It consists of few layers of parenchymatous cells just below the epidermis, which provide mechanical strength to the young stem. The strength which is present in the young stem, it is with the help of parenchymatous layer. It is strength, a strong, in which a plant can stand. Then, cortical layers below epidermis consist of rounded thin-walled parenchymatous cells with conspicuous intercellular spaces. Now this parenchyma which is there, just below that, the conspicuous intercellular space is there. This in between the 2 green lines which is there, it is space. Okay. Then the innermost layer of the cortex which is known as endodermis. Now this is the endodermis. In the innermost layer of what? Of the 2 green lines, it is known as endodermis. The cells of endodermis are rich in starch grains and the layer is also referred as a starch shell. Now what is this thing? Starch shell. It will be just like this. Now, the pericycle. The cone-like structure which are there in between the diagram. The gap after the gap, what is it? It is known as pericycle. Now, let us talk about pericycle. Pericycle is present on the inner side of the endodermis and above the phloem in the form of semilunar patches of scalenchyma. The pericycle which is there, it is in the form of circular path, right? It is just like semilunar patches of scalenchyma cells. In between the vascular bundles, there are few layers of radically placed parenchymatous cells. This whole is known as scalenchyma cells. In between this cone-like structure which are there, it is of parenchymatous cells which constitute of medullary rays. This ray, cone-like structure which is there, it is known as medullary rays. Okay. Then a large number of vascular bundles are arranged in a ring. What are vascular bundle? Vascular bundle are inside the the cone-like structure in between. Then the ring arrangement of vascular bundle is a characteristic of dicot stem. Each vascular bundle is conjoint open and with enlarged protoxylem. A large number of rounded parenchymatous cells, which are large intracellular spaces which occupy the central portion of the stem, constitute of the pith. Now, in this para, as I told in the previous video, the diagram of the conjoint open. The diagram of conjoint open, it is a page number 73. Conjoint open, in which the cambium is present. The cambium is present, it is only present in the dicotyledon's root or stem. It will be just like this. This is xylem, phloem and cambium. Presence of cambium is only in the dicotyledon stem or root. Hope you understood. Now next we will continue about the monocotyledon's root. Thank you.